Good morning, stars. Mr. Kraft here for writing lesson number 2 this week. I hope that you got a lot done yesterday. We're definitely going to continue that process today. If you do not have paper, something to write with, and your plan and any writing you did yesterday, get it right now. You need it. Good. Okay, we're going to start. And we always start with a warm-up. Now, the cool thing about this lesson is I have some celebrity guest stars to help me with the warm-up. So right now, we're going to warm up our editing skills, and to start us off with our first of 2 warm-ups is first grade teacher, Mrs. Yim. Welcome, Mrs. Yim.
Hello. Hi, boys and girls. I hope you are well. I'm going to read warm-up number 1 to you. When I see my teacher, it makes me so happy. She is happy too. I'm going to give you a second. I'm going to have you read it over. There's going to be some mistakes, some capitalization, some spelling mistakes. So let's see if you can find them.
Take just a few more seconds. See if you can find any mistakes. Letters that should be capitalized. Anything spelled wrong?
Alrighty, I'm going to read the sentence again. When I see my teacher, it makes me so happy. She's happy too. Beginning of our sentence. Come on, we know it needs to be capital, right? So this is going to be a capital W. We have I by itself. It needs to be a capital I as well. When I see my teacher, it makes, that's actually really good at sounding out, but it is actually missing one letter. It's actually going to be M-A-K-E-S. Makes me so happy. She is happy too. Did you hear me pausing? That means we need to have a period there. And if we have a period right after, we need to have a capital S. Let's read that over again. When I see my teacher, it makes me so happy. She is happy too. We have another warm-up for our order grades, and it's going to be 6th grade teacher, Mrs. Herring.
Hi everybody, so great to be able to connect with you. I hope everybody's doing well. We really miss you here at Coates. So this is warm up 2, and just like we did with Miss Young, but this is just a little harder, as you can tell, it's much longer. We're going to be taking a look at this little paragraph and figuring out errors that are there on punctuation, capitalization, and spelling. So I'm going to give you a little bit of time to think about it, to read it. And since it's long, a little bit more time, but pay attention. Punctuation, capitalization, and spelling. There are several errors. I would like you to go through it, and in a little bit we'll go back and correct it together.
We're going to bring Miss Herring back in just a few seconds. See if you can catch at least one more mistake. If you're really on a roll, but you need more time, you should pause this video and see if you can get all of the mistakes. But Miss Herring's going to come in right now.
All right, so let's go ahead and I'm going to start by reading, of course, from the beginning. I remember, okay, that's the first thing that I figured out. This is not making sense. That does not sound like remember. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cross this out and actually write this whole word again. Remember. I know I only had one sound over there of an M, and there are actually 2. So the correct spelling is remember. It's this way. One time when that should not be a lowercase. I'm talking about myself. That should be an uppercase I. When I got in trouble for playing soccer too rough. Okay, so that that's not making sense because that's the number 2. And if I'm saying too rough, then it's not the number. Then that's the correct spelling for that too. I mean too much. I was very rough. So that's how I spell that. At recess. Let me try again. I remember one time when I got in trouble for playing soccer too rough at recess. My teacher, it's too much. It seems like too long. It's a lot. So I feel like we need to pause in here. Otherwise, this will be too long. So we need a period in there. And since I put a period, I'm going to need a uppercase. So my teacher busted me, called my mom. I like the periods. They're making sense. And told me, oh, all right, this is crazy because tell is a word, but we do not add an ed in there. When I want to say the past of a tell, that's actually told. So I'm going to cross that off, and that's how we write the past of the tell is told. So it told me I was, oh, no. That doesn't make sense either. So it's was better than that. I was mad at the time, but now I know that she just cares about me. That's right, we deeply care about you, and those are our corrections for warm-up number 2. And back to Mr. Kraft.
Thank you, Ms. Herring and Mrs. Yim. Wasn't it awesome to have those 2 awesome teachers here with us today? Now, boys and girls, now we are into the actual writing. We are warmed up, and I'm glad you're warmed up. You're going to need all those editing skills for today. Remember yesterday? We talked about the prompt that we are writing is right about now, I'm really missing, and it had to be something about coats. Remember, it could be a teacher, it could be a friend, it could just be a class, could be something you like about the school, but it had to be coat specific. And we talked about the process we use, planning, which we did yesterday, drafting, which is when we turn the plan into actual writing, but then we've got to get ourselves to editing what we draft. That's actually what we're going to do today, and later in the week we'll revise, we'll do more drafts, all that. So anyway, back to the plan. Can I review something with you? Yesterday you might remember you watched me make a plan for me writing about this topic. It looks something like that, right? Right about now, I'm really missing, and I'm missing the kids. I talked about all the things I'm missing, high fives at dismissal, the hugs at arrival, smiles, kids visiting their old teachers. We joked about that. Remember, your plan is just dumping your ideas down. Doesn't have to be a perfect story. Can be messy, can have pictures, and that's what we've got. So my plan is made. I'm just gonna hold it up here so that you can see it. And after I made my plan, and you made your plan, I told you to get started with your draft. Use your plan and turn it into actual writing. Well, I started to do that, and I want to share with you my first draft. It's not done. It's like a little bit done. But I want to share with you what I have, and I believe that if I read it to you, I might be able to catch some of my mistakes, and I can edit it. So come on over, take a look at what I wrote. This is called Missing You by Mr. Kraft. I'm going to read it out loud, and if I catch a mistake, I'm going to try and make a correction. I'm hoping you can see some of those mistakes from home before I make them. Right about now, I'm really missing pretty much every single kid at my school. Coates, the greatest school in the entire universe. It seemed like, wait a minute. Coates, the greatest school in the entire universe. I paused there, right? It's definitely the end of a sentence. I forgot the period. I even capitalized that. I must have known, but I missed it. Period. It seems like forever since we had a day together, and I don't want to forget how awesome my kid are. All right, I've got some mistakes there. You can tell I was writing fast. Let me go back over it. It seems like forever since we had a day together, comma. Older kids know longer sentences can be something called compound sentences. And if it's like 2 full sentences joined by the word and, I got to get the comma in there. Full day, had a day together, and I don't, man, that's a contraction. I need to have the apostrophe. I don't want, that looks wrong, right? Want. By the way, if I forgot how to spell that for real, I would just ask Siri, or I'd look it up. I don't want to forget how awesome my kid. Hey, remember awesome from yesterday's lesson? I always skip that E that's in there. Remember I actually did ask Siri about that yesterday. How awesome my kids are. Let me pause there a second. Now look, I'm a good writer, but you see how many mistakes I made? I am a college-educated person who used to be a writing teacher. I have also written articles that magazines have published. That's how much writing skills I have, and look how many mistakes I made in my writing. If I'm making mistakes, I bet you are too. So take this editing seriously. Come on back. I got a little bit further yesterday, and I want to edit that with you. There are so many things that I miss. The highlight of my day was, there's so many things that I miss. See that? Period. The highlight of my day was standing outside the main door and high-fiving every kid who got near me. Period. Whew. Man, I keep making mistakes. Oh, wait a minute. If I'm writing a real story, I can't have a number in there. I have to write it out. High-fiving every kid who got near me. Whew. All right, I'm taking a breath because that was a lot of work. That was a lot of mental work, but you can see all the errors. Now look, here's your job today when this video ends. Make sure, if you only got to plan yesterday, if you're drafting, you haven't done it yet, start your draft, start writing. Start taking your plan, turning it into writing. You don't have to finish, but you need to keep going and get a really good full story. If you did get to drafting yesterday like I did, you're gonna edit today. You're gonna go back through it, see if you missed anything. Spelling mistakes, periods, commas, capital letters. And you're gonna do all that, and then, only then, after you've paused to edit, can you go back and continue your draft. So tomorrow, during our lesson, I will have more done, and I'm gonna share that with you. You're also gonna share it with me. So that's the assignment. Edit what you have, and then continue for a time. I love the pictures on Facebook of kids working. You know what would be awesome today? Take a picture of your draft, post that on Facebook, parents. I don't care if it's all messed up with crossouts just like mine. This is a draft, and writing is pretty messy before it gets good. All right, that's it for me. Keep writing, writers. Miss you. See you tomorrow.